hyped about today's show because my next guest is a huge talent in Christian hip-hop. He hails from Lufkin, Texas, and he's also a member of the 116 Clique. Through his music, he's taught us that we can get through anything so long as we have a lot of faith and a lot of love. He's the rapper with a really deep voice and a super cool name. Here to talk about his latest album, Below Paradise, it's the one and only, the wonderful, Tedashii. Tedashii, thank you so much for being here. It's such an honor.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm excited.
Your name, it kind of sounds Japanese. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
It's a Japanese word, and it means, well, from what I was told, it means faithful, right, or true. So it depends on who you speak to.
In his latest album, Below Paradise, Tedashii recounts the heartbreaking loss of his son. In the track Dark Days and Darker Nights, he shares his battle with substance abuse, and I asked him about this.
Initially, everything was, I'm fine, guys. I know this hurts, but I'm just going to continue to serve and work as I know I need to. And then at some moment, I could no longer work off the grief and run from the pain, and I ended up just finding myself in some dark places. And in the process of that, really the reality of who I said I was wasn't matching what I was doing, and so I said, man, I want to live righteously, and I want to be true to who I am. And it's evident even more so when you're at home and your wife's there and our oldest boy is there, and you go, they're depending on me, they're looking to me for me to be honest and true to who I am. So those moments kind of mattered most, and through the month of May of last year on into June, that was kind of the season where I was like, okay, this has to change.
Yeah, can you recall like any specific or any particular scripture that helped you through?
Actually, for me, looking at the life of John the Baptist was huge, just because John the Baptist to me is honestly what most people would aspire to be like. Like, I live in a small community outside of Dallas. Everybody's hippies. Everything's organic. Everything's from a farm. The eggs, the milk, the meat, everything's from a farm. And so, in a lot of ways, people look like a John the Baptist type to me. Live off the land, live in the woods, wear cloth, and just make your own clothes. And this brother was faithful to proclaim the gospel of who Jesus is, to make disciples, to baptize. He was doing everything it was prophesied that he would do. But if you look at the end of his life, it doesn't seem like he was able to ride off into the sunset after the glory days. It was really tragic and gruesome, being beheaded, losing his life at the whim of a crazy lady, being in prison all these years. And so I looked at John the Baptist's life and said, in what ways can I learn from what he's experienced to realize in the book of John, chapter 3, John the Baptist looks at his disciples and he says, I must decrease so that God might increase, so that he might increase Christ. And so what does that really mean in the moment?
Right.
What does that mean for moments of good and plenty, and what does that mean in moments of suffering and lack? And the truth has to stay constant in both. Even though circumstances change, that truth never does.
Yeah, that's so true. Another song I love is Nothing I Can't Do with Lecrae and Trip Lee.
Yep.
Why did you want them on the track?
Well, I definitely wanted Trip Lee's voice on the hook. I thought, Trip's just an amazing artist, great voice, and I hadn't done a song with him in a while. And then actually Lecrae, I knew he could relate in some regard, and so I was like, all right, look, this song is personal, it's triumphant. So if you don't kill it, then you're not going to be on it. I need you to kill it. And of course he killed it, so it was great.
Most definitely. And you've shared a lot of wisdom today, but what would you say is the greatest or the biggest lesson that you've learned from everything that you've been through?
Yeah. Probably in this season, God's goodness isn't predicated on our circumstances. He's good regardless. And I think that was really a wrestle early on, and is still at times. I mean, this is something we'll live with the rest of our lives. We'll be in that select group of people who have experienced this, but God's goodness is evident even in my hardship. And so that, I think, and it's cliche for some when the book of James says to count it all joy when you go through various trials, but I think in some moments being able to count it all joy wasn't just this conjuring up of emotion, but it was a genuine, sincere look at who God is, and joy kind of welling up from that.
Yeah, most definitely. Final question. If you could collaborate with any artist, secular artist or Christian artist, who would it be?
That's good. That's good.
There's a lot out there.
There's a lot out there. So I love singing. I love music. If I could sing, I would, but I sing at home. But I think I try every now and again. People say I can. I just don't have the courage yet. But singing wise, I love Anthony Hamilton's voice.
Oh, yes.
I would love to do a song with Anthony Hamilton. I think he's phenomenal. And then I would love to maybe do a song with Molly too. Just because of his voice, and the album, this recent album is amazing. So,
well, hopefully one day we do see it.
Yeah, man.
You know, Tedashii, it's been an honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you, baby.
Again, the album is Below Paradise. It's available on iTunes. It's raw, it's deep, but it's also uplifting and inspiring, so be sure to pick it up. Thank you for watching CP Voice. We hope you enjoyed the show. For more information, please email cpvoice@christianpost.com. See you next time. Throughout my time with Tedashii, I learned that even during the darkest of times, there's always light through Christ. Despite facing a heartbreaking ordeal, he was able to find the strength in the gospel and sustain his passion for music. Tedashii's open and honest lyrics give us a sense of who he really is as an artist. And after all that he's been through, his love for Jesus is both beautiful and inspiring.
Look, it ain't nothing I can't do. Might walk on hard, I won't go still. Gotta go hard, but I ain't gotta do it myself. I can't do, there ain't nothing I can't do. Feeling like I can't lose, ain't nothing I can't do.